Yeah. Yeah, first of all, I welcome you all for this AWS Solutions Architect Training Program. Just let me recap whatever I have spoken yesterday. Yesterday, we did a continuation of our lab, that is previous day. So we did, some important areas, especially in Windows. We have launched the instance the previous day with also website created on IAS, a sample website. So we also learned about yesterday, especially what is volume and how you can basically create a volume in AWS dashboard. Okay, we understood about the volume, especially. We created a volume once, especially we have to be careful with the free tier eligibilities. And also, we also spoke about the availability zones also, the condition. So we created a sample 5 GB of volume, and then we tried to attach the instance, and then we verified in the instance. Yes, it is available in the instance, especially in the computer management, the disk management. And then we made it online, and then we formatted the disk also, and it is available. So we added something like what we call as some data, some rough data which is there, and then we also learned about how to take a snapshot later. Snapshot is a true copy of exactly same copy of your data volume. So we understood about how to take a snapshot, and then we also tried to delete the volume and also created a new volume using the snapshot. And we attached that, and yes, exactly the data is verified. So this, I think, understood about how to take backup, especially in a production environment from that is the snapshot. And later, we also learned about how to take machine image. So we understood about why we should take an image also. So I yesterday spoke about the image can be used because it is a backup copy of the entire, it's a true copy, virtualized machine image. Okay. So that as and when you want, you can just launch from the image. And we did that. We launched an image of, a server from the image itself. So it is a private AMI. We also spoke about that. See the difference between image and a snapshot. Snapshot is applicable only for data volumes, your D drive. If you take what happens if you take a snapshot for C drive, you'll only get data, but it doesn't contain boot record. So just understand a snapshot is only for data volumes, whereas machine image, okay, is meant for along with the data plus your boot records also will be backed up, so that the image can be used for further what we call as whenever you want to restore, you can create a server itself. That's the private AMI image. We did all the things, and most importantly, after completing all the exercise, we also learned about how to do the housekeeping part. Very, very important housekeeping. Otherwise, in free tier, we'll be seeing all the bills. So yes, the free tier, the housekeeping also 4 important steps and 1 optional step is there. So the first one, deregister your AMI and terminate the servers, okay, and remove all the snapshots, remove all the volumes, remove all the leftover volumes. The order also please follow accordingly. You will definitely see that no bills will be there. At any point of time, you are free to do 750 hours in a month. You can make use of Windows Server. The same, that is a good, what we call as a good time which has been given. You can explore unlimited number of servers, but ensure that your total billing should not cross 750 hours a month for Windows and another one for Linux. Yeah, I hope everyone has practiced well yesterday. Once again, please do not lose what we call as the tempo of doing the practice of exercise. Don't become overconfident in the beginning itself. You have to practice, means if you practice well, then you will remember very well, so that your memory will be very much stronger. Because these are the foundational level things which everyone needs to understand, especially in the compute domain. Without this, because every organization requires this kind of servers at any point of time, especially the development or a test server or a production server, these servers are deployed using these images what we have seen, especially in the cloud environment. Yeah, anyone, if you are having any quick questions, please let me know. Please ask me now. If there are no questions, then we can pass on with the today's talk. Yes, please. Everyone, please respond.
No, nothing from my side, sir.
Yeah,
First
nothing.
response from Naveen. Yes, okay. Sai,
Good from my end.
good from your end, Vinay. Yes.
Nothing from my side, sir.
Nothing from my side, but only one question, sir. You said that we have created private AMI, right? While
Private
we by creating an image of the server or instance, it will be as a private AMI. If we
Yes.
want to create any public AMI, can we do that? Just asking.
No.
No.
We have no authority to create public AMIs. We can create a community AMIs and share it to others. That is there, but not public AMIs.
Okay. Just
Okay. Otherwise, you can create AMIs or register with. You can be a commercial and marketplace also. You can sell it. If there is a revenue, then they will share it with you.
Got it.
Yeah. Other members also, please respond.
No questions, sir.
No questions from Vamshi. Yes.
Nothing for me.
Okay.
Nothing from my side, sir.
Right. Satvik, yes. Satvik, yes. No questions. Okay. So that's nice from all of you. So when you say nothing means that you have well practiced and you have done once again all the things. And again, I tell you, tomorrow is again a good time for all of you to practice all the things what has happened in this week. And today also, you will be learning about the Linux instance. Okay, please do practice well. Well means very well. And also, I hope everyone has the access now for the sessions folder. Everyone in this group now, as of now, whoever it is there. Yeah, is there anyone who has not yet? Yeah. No, that's nice. So one more important thing which I want to tell you now. One more important thing which I want to tell you. See, I want to share one important book. To share, I'll show you to share. I'll first share my desktop. Yeah, you can see my shared screen. Okay, all right. So I just want to share one of the book, very, very important book. I'll tell you which book it is. Yeah, you can keep it mute. So this is a official copy of Solutions Architect. So I'll tell you this one. This book is there, right? So this book in market, it is costing about 3,000 rupees, nearer to that. You see this on paperback, 2,780. I'm just sharing now. Okay, I'm just sharing now. Please download the book and please do not spam this book. Okay, a very, very important book, and this is a reference book. My suggestion is like you can download this book and take a printout. Go to the nearest browsing center or printing center or somewhere. Take a print, maybe 200-300 rupees they'll charge this book and start studying. This is a good reference book. This one book is enough for all of you. This is official Cybex book. Okay, there is no Indian edition available, and it's not available just like that. I'm just sharing you that book. Okay, please download this book now. Again, I'll unshare immediately. I'm just sharing in the WhatsApp. Please download now itself. Within next 3 minutes or 5 minutes, I'm going to remove this link. I'm going to unshare this one. Just let me know once done. I just shared in WhatsApp. Please acknowledge once done. And please, for my sake, I'm telling you, please don't make this book viral. It's only for your reading. I just shared in the WhatsApp group. Please download. Yeah, Raven, done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Others also please respond.
Yes, sir. Done.
Done, sir.
Yes, it's done.
Anyone else doing?
Done, sir.
Okay. Sai, I didn't hear from you.
Yeah, I am also done.
Okay. So I'll unshare now. Okay, tomorrow is a good time for all of you. Please go through that. Going through. Now it may be not the best time, but start reading. That will always be helpful. See, three things which I always tell, along with the classroom access, you need to do the three things. Thing is like this. Thing is the first one is that read the reference book. That is always the must. Always the must, which I shared. Keep it very handy. Don't ask me again that book. Don't ask me that book again. So I have already, as promised, I shared that book, and that is strictly for your reading purpose only. Strictly for your reference and reading purpose. So second thing is again the important points. Day to day, whatever it is there, it's there in the sessions folder. Please try to go through all the important points. I'll review all those things. That is again second thing. And especially when you are going for the exam or interviews, you need to prepare the dumps very well. Very well. And I don't see anyone who is going to fail the exam after going through all the dumps very well. That is your primary goal. Primary goal, I say. And especially for your betterment and opportunities, please go through all the topics very well. Very well. And also parallelly establish your communication skills. If you are already good, then it's fine. So whenever a question is asked in the interviews, especially, the most important thing while learning is exactly delivering what is asked for, and it should be more relative. So those answers will be attracted. I mean, the way you answer the questions or the requirements, fulfill the requirements, that much more your requirement in the organization will be. Yes. So these are all the points which I wanted to discuss. Yes, let us start for today's topic. We have completed our review, and also I have given you the official book. Please don't keep it aside. Just start reading that book. Start reading that book. That book is very, very helpful for all of you. And at times I'll review those things which will be helpful for you. Now, let us start with what we call as the you can also parallelly open this dashboard of EC2. We will straight away go through this lab of what we call as, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. You said that we should be using dumps as well. So means after only 2 to 3 class, we can start looking the dumps based on the sessions that
No, not now. Dumps not now.
not now. Yes.
Not now. Not at all now. I'm saying that now whatever topics has been over, you can go through the reference book which I have given. Right? Dumps, still more time is there. Especially when you are going for the exam, then only the dumps will practice needed.
Okay.
Because there are many interrelated topics. If you start going through and you will ask me questions.
Exactly. Okay.
Right. So yeah. These are the why I'm telling you from the beginning is that you should follow a modulated I mean a kind of knowledge learning. So that's why I always say once if I say you may not remember, but multiple times during the course if I say you will understand why I'm stressing these things. So then the remembrance will be accurate and then you can see your success. Okay, so that's why I say all these things. So now today's task is to learn about the Linux server. So this is more important for us. So more important. So some of you, I think, are familiar with the Linux operating system. I'm not saying Linux administration, Linux operating system. This is more advantageous for you. In case if you are having no knowledge or zero knowledge, please, I'll suggest some important things where you can start learning that thing. But you need to put extra effort. Extra effort. Learning Linux is always advantageous for you. Not only for cloud domain. For many domains, you can really what we call as this Linux will be helpful for you. Linux knowledge will be very, very helpful for you. Okay, so and I'll tell you, I also tell you this Linux domain is really helpful for the next 25 to 30 years in your IT career. In your IT career, right? So that will always be helpful. That will always be helpful. So I'll tell you how you can learn. But first thing is that we will create a Linux instance and we will also learn how to access the Linux instance. That's the first lab which we are going to do now. And then we will also learn about how to create a web server. We will also learn about how to set up your volume and also machine image, all these things, whatever we have done yesterday 2 days. Okay, so I hope everyone is ready and then ready with the lab also, So let us learn about, see, I'll tell you about Linux. Linux has number of flavors, because the very reason because why Linux has number of flavors and it is more being used, especially the data centers. Linux servers are being used more than 65 to 70%, I tell you, servers. Only 25 to 30% only are being used for Windows servers, but otherwise Linux servers are. Linux comes with more number of flavors. One flavor is also Amazon. We have that. Amazon Linux is also there. And of course, we have Red Hat Linux is also there. We have Ubuntu also, server Linux is there. I'm speaking about server, not for desktops. So all the time, whenever I speak about this, what we call it, the operating system, I'm only speaking about servers. Desktops are different. Desktops means that only end product. I mean, like your Windows 7 or Windows 10 end computing. We call it end computing. Mostly it is used for your application endpoint or MS Office or Office products or maybe browser or a media player or something like that. It's not mainly for server computing. Server computing, we have a different kind of hardware, infrastructure, and of course the operating system also is different. Same thing here also. We have one in Amazon, we have SUSE, we have Red Hat, we have Ubuntu, we have many like that. We have players. The only reason is that Linux is open source. Open source means that the source code of Linux operating system is free. There is no charge for that. There is no license for that. I tell you, the source code is available in your open source. This one, what we call as Linux website itself. So you can download and you can customize. These people has downloaded and customized all this source code, and then they have framed it as an OS. And what they can charge is only for the support, not for the OS. Okay, so that's what the charges will be there for Red Hat servers or maybe for any other servers deployment. So now let us learn about how to deploy a Amazon Linux server that is most popularly being used. Of course, if you are fancy or if you want to know about, see, Amazon Linux is also very much compatible, very much similar to your Red Hat Linux. Everything will work. Whatever is working in Red Hat Linux, exactly will work in Amazon Linux also. And as I mentioned that since it's an open source, there is no license fee which is required. The requirement is much more in demand, and also it is more stable also compared to Windows, more stable. Okay, and also it is virus free. There is no virus. Only trojans can come, but virus cannot attack on Linux servers. There are many advantages which are there. Today, a lot of developments are happening in Linux platform, especially in the areas of, you can say, data sciences, data analytics, and of course, machine learning, IoT, and all these areas where Linux is popularly being used. So that's why which I always say that please have some awareness on Linux. That is always an advantage in your career. So now let us launch about. I will also speak about something more on Linux, especially the commands and how to learn the commands. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow is also a good time for all of you if you are not familiar in Linux operating system. Also, how to start also I'll tell you. So now let us learn about how to launch the Linux server. Very simple. So now you are already launched Windows Server yesterday. We learned about how to terminate also. So just go to the instance dashboard. I hope everyone is ready. Launch instance. Just select launch instance. So you can say opt out. You can see the 7-step model. Okay. The 7-step model is there. You can do the other one also later on. I'll teach you. So here you see this one. There are more Linux flavors. Amazon Linux 2. You see this one. Red Hat Linux also is there. Version 8. Version 9 also has been launched last May. So, but it's not really deployed in this particular Amazon cloud. But it's available. It's available. Red Hat Linux with so and so. Okay, you can see SUSE Linux is also there. Server. Ubuntu server is also there. FreeTAR. Okay, still go down. Debian is also there. These all are various flavors of Linux. Okay, so later on we'll also learn about how to launch Red Hat or Ubuntu at multiple various other times. So for now, select this Linux. Select this Linux. The first one, Amazon Linux. Select that. The first one at the top for all of you. I hope everyone is ready. Is there anyone who is not yet ready? Please stop me. Okay. I didn't get any response. Okay. So yes, select this one, the first step. And again, the 7-step process is same. Rest all 5 steps or 6 steps are same. So we have already chosen the AMI. So T2 micro, you can see that T2 micro is the only instance you can select. Configure your instance details. Leave all the things blank, nothing. So yesterday someone was asking me, see auto assign, leave it. Public IP is automatic. No need to select anything here, anything, just to scroll down or nothing else. Add storage. So here it is showing us 8 GB. This is okay. This is okay for us. If you want 10 GB, you can have 20 GB also. You can have to 30 GB.
Sir,
Yeah?
which AMI to choose?
The first one, Amazon.
Okay, sir.
Amazon Linux. So this is step 4 I am into. Rest all steps are same. So here port see 8 GB is okay for us. Okay for us. If you are really requiring, you can change from 8 to 10 or 20 or up to 30 you can have. But 8 is still enough for me. Enough for me. So add tags, add a tag, provide this as a name and maybe value I can say Linux server. I can say Linux server and say configure security group. So here also you see this one. Earlier we have RDP as the base. That was the protocol which is default. But here SSH. Just make a note. SSH is the default protocol in creating Linux. In security groups, you see this SSH. SSH stands for Secure Shell. Port number 22. Secure Shell. Port number 22. This is how we access in what we call as Linux. We access this in Linux. Okay, port number 22. And this is custom 0000. If you want, you can add HTTP also. We will also create website. Okay, you can leave it or you can say anywhere. Both of them are same here in this aspect. 0000/0. Right? I am adding port number 80 also here. Please note this one. Anyway, because I am creating web server, otherwise not required. And say the last abbreviated launch. You see this one. This is Amazon Linux. P2 Micro. Security groups. Port number 22 and 80. You can see storage of 8 GB. Tags also I have given. Linux server. And say launch. And select your key file. Choose an existing key pair. Select your AWS class and say launch instance. Done. Same as like yesterday, day before yesterday. So we can say view instances. The instance should be ready within the next 4 minutes. It's pending, and after a few seconds, it should see as running. Status check also check. Status check also should come 2x2 and check fast. Yeah, I hope everyone has done. If any questions, please do ask me. So the first step is that the creating Linux instance. Done. Access Linux instance. Just a second, please. Hello, son. Good evening. Who is this? Right. Okay, congratulations. I like hearing such type of news. Put it in the dashboard also. Just now you completed the exam. That's nice. Okay, good. Bye.
So what is this 2x2 pass?
I'll tell you. Server ready now?
Still initializing.
Okay. Yeah. So now let us continue. What we call which is this particular one? Yeah. So status check should be 2x2 health check passed. Yes, perfectly. So what is that 2x2? Anyway, it's good time for us to understand also. See here, bottom there are some tabs. You can see this one details. The other day I spoke about this public IP address. Just copy down this public IP address. Most important thing is that public IP So yes, and also the instance ID, you can see this is how the AWS infrastructure is identified. Later on, I'll speak about this private IP and private public DNS, everything, all these things also are there. Right? You can see VPC ID, subnet ID, one by one, everything we will be understanding. And this is your AMI ID, which you have used for creating the server. Okay, and this is your AMI name, etc. AMI is Amazon machine name. All right. So this is about something in you need to know about details. And other things like in security, this is your security group which has been created. And you can see what are all the ports which has been opened. These are the inbound rules and this is the outbound rules. Outbound rules by default is allowed for everything because see, it's like you have your house. At any point of time, you can go out, no problem. No one is going to stop you going out. But for anyone coming in, you have restrictions. You have restrictions. So those things, what are all the restrictions? Only SSH traffic I'm allowing in. And of course, website traffic only I'm allowing in. Rest of the other things I'm not allowing in. This is the security group. Okay, this is the firewall. And you see networking also is there. Public IP, private IP, and all these things are there. We will explore things much at a later stage in this one. But for now, only public IP. This is the internet IP address. And you see the other things like storage. So we have selected 8 GB storage. You can see all the data which you have selected. At any point of time, you can see this is your volume, etc., etc., all these things. Now the question of statistics. You see this one 2 by 2. So the first one, system reachability check passed means that you can access from internet based on the ports which are there. So that is the first check. That is the reason why I always say that don't log into the system from your location. The thing is that until 2 by 2 checks passed, because system reachability check should pass, then only it will be reached. So instance reachability, first the system reachability from the to the data center, instance reachability also is can be passed. Is passed. Both things are passed at a time, and then you can access this particular one, access the server. Monitoring is also there. Is like your utilization of your CPU, like your hard disk, your network, etc. All these things. I'll later on discuss all these things. It will be recorded every 5 seconds. Not 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, it will be recorded. Those things automatically. You need not do anything. So now go to the details. So already I copied this public IP. Right? See, there are 2 ways of connecting. Not 2 ways, actually 3 ways of connecting this Linux server. To make it as simple as possible, first I'll teach you the simplest one. The next one is the most used one. So how to connect this Linux AMI, Linux server? Just say, select this server and say connect. Just say connect and connect. You should be able to connect to the server, establishing connection. Yeah, it is connected. You see this one? But this is only the console access. This is not most frequently being used. This is only used by the console administrator. Again, I show you. Again, I show you. Go to the instances. Select the instance. Select the instance. And just say connect at the top. Say connect. So automatically you can connect to the console. This is the first and easiest method for your Amazon Linux. You see this one? You can see. Right. But this is not most commonly being used. So how you are going to use this particular one? So please be attentive. This is one of the important steps, and you need to learn this step properly. So what I do here is that I just give a URL. Okay, just say google.com and say Putty download. Everyone, just say google.com Putty download. Okay, so select the second one, chiark.greenend.org.uk. This is better. This is better. Select this one, chiark.greenend.org.uk. Select that. This is a one-time task. I'm telling you one time. Scroll down, scroll down. So select this putty.exe. Putty.exe. Download this one. Not ARM, not 32-bit. If you are using Windows 10, use this one. For Mac user, nothing is needed. For Mac user, nothing is needed. For Windows 10, just download this one. The first one, download this. Okay, it is downloaded. And one more thing. Scroll down. Scroll down. Select this Putty. Putty Gen. So again, I tell you, Putty, please download. This is hardly 1 MB. 1 MB or 1.5 MB will be there, not GB. Okay. Scroll down. PuttyGen.exe. PuttyGen. Two of them are required for us. PuttyGen. Yeah. So in my case, it is downloaded. I'll copy into my folder. Don't keep it in downloads folder. So I'm selecting these two which I have downloaded. Cut, and I'll copy into the folder where I have my keys. Where I have my keys. So here I have my keys. You see this one PEM key is there. Where I have my PEM key, just paste it. So I hope all of you is done. After this, if you have both these, you can close this one. Ensure that both of them are from the same download. Don't use Putty older version and use PuttyGen some other version. It won't work. I tell you. I tell you. No, sir, I already have Putty. I'm only downloading PuttyGen. So if version mismatches, then the keys won't be accepted by Putty. So please, so that is the reason why I say that use both the same version. If you have Putty and PuttyGen older version, it's okay. It's okay. So that's the reason. Please download accordingly. Otherwise, it will be a difficulty. So now, everyone ready? What next? So download Putty. Same version. So you should have your key file also there. So yeah, please understand. Yeah, please understand. Please, this is a very important step for all of you. So what do you need to do? What do you need to do? You see this? So this AWS class which is there. This is a private key. I tell you before going how to do all the topics, a little bit about this private public keys. Private public keys. This is something a topic in cryptography. In cryptography, we have, I mean, couple of two types of algorithms. I tell you, two types of algorithms basically. One is symmetric, the other is asymmetric. So mainly, why do we use cryptography? For safer data transfers. Because there is a what we call as an algorithm behind every logic, every kind of encryption and decryption. In cryptography, two things happen. Encryption. While data transfer is happening from one location to another, your server is somewhere there, okay, in North Virginia, and you are sitting here. So whenever data is going from your location to the server, there can be number of hackers. So the most thing is that important thing is that you need to encrypt the data. How do you encrypt the data? So using a key. Using a key. So key can be a passcode also, right? Key can be a passcode also. So what happens is that your data plus the key, it becomes encrypted data, and this is transmitted. This is okay. This is called as encryption. There is a cipher. The key, the password is called as a cipher. There is a logic behind how to what we call as encode. So once the encoding is done, it is transmitted. So even if hackers come to know also, they'll get encrypted data and they don't understand because they don't know the cipher. They don't know what is happening also. So that's why it is safe. And at the end, the receiving end, okay, there once the data is received, the data is decrypted because it has the same cipher. If the server can understand the encrypted data, once it is reached, it keeps in the buffer, it starts to decrypting. So this process of encryption and decryption is called as cryptography. Now, To be safer side, there are two type of, again, algorithms or encryptions. One is symmetric, the other is asymmetric. Meaning that symmetric is the same password which is used for encryption, the same password or code, I mean to say, the code which is used for encryption, the same code is used for decryption. Clear? The same code which is used for encryption, the same code is used for decryption. Many customers or many people will feel it is insecure. Why? Suppose your friend is there. Your friend or your known person, unknowingly also someone will come to know the code. So that fellow, being an external person, it is again a hazardous. There is a risk. So what happens is that if that fellow comes to know about that code, because it can be told even through telephone also. We don't know. So that is less safer. Less safer. What happens if a disgruntled employee will tell everything to the hacker for anything, for any reason? So to avoid such type of thing, there is also another kind of algorithm which is called as asymmetric algorithm. So you may ask me, can it happen? Two different types. The code which is given at the extreme end for encryption, the code which is given at the decryption, both of them are different. It's not same. It's not same. That is called as asymmetric algorithm. And this is the methodology where AWS uses for Linux servers. Please understand, it is more secured also. And you need to explain to the customers also why it is secured. Now, how does it happen? How does it happen? In 1970s or 60s, three scientists by name Rivest, Altman, and Shamir, R, S, and A. Rivest, Shamir, Altman. They have invented an algorithm. So please remember that. I'm not asking you to remember the names, everything. And on that name, we call it an RSA algorithm. Especially if you are a BTech computer science, this is always helpful because at the time of cryptography, they will tell you all these things. Okay. So what they have done? They have basically generated using a large prime numbers. They have taken two prime numbers. They did something. They brought out some two values. One is like a master key, which is also called as a private key. And which is another one, which is a subset of that particular one, which is called as a public key. Again, I tell you, in asymmetric algorithm, we have two keys. One is private and the other is public. Asymmetric. See, this private key is the master key, I tell you. Private key is like master key. If you lose this one, finished. If you lose this one, this contains a big data, important data, crucial data. And public key is a part of private key. Is part of private key. Using this private key, you can generate public key. Please remember all the things which I'm saying. Using this private key, you can generate public key. So the public key, the part of private key, and public key is used for encryption. Is this clear? Public key is mainly used for encryption. Private key is used for decryption and used for decryption. Remember, private key is like a master key, and public key can be generated only with private key. And private key cannot be generated. It has to be created. Public key, again I repeat, public key can be generated using private key. Public key can be revoked using private key. Revoking means that no, I don't want, I do not want the person to see. When a person wants to access the server, you give him a public key. He'll access the server. Finished. And the data encryption, decryption, server has the private key in the, key folder. In the key folder where these people cannot access. It's done. Encryption is done. The other server side decryption is done, and communication starts. If any point of time, if you want to revoke, just revoke the public key using the private key. So this is safe now. This is safe now. Now coming back to our class, you have this private key. This is your private key. You see this one? Begin RSA private key. I don't know what is this content. It's about 2048 size. The key size. This contains. So now let us generate the public key also. The private key, public key. Public key is mainly used for encryption, private key used for decryption. So we also call this as a PPK keys. PPK means that public private keys, because from the server to access, we need to encrypt and decrypt. Both things should be done. So we have only the private key, but what is needed now? We want even public key also. So how do I generate that? Using this Putty gen. Using this Putty gen. So just open this Putty gen. Open this. You see this one? You can basically drag and drop also, I think. We can drag and drop. No, I don't think that. Just a file. Load your private key. Load your private key. You have this private key, right? Load your private key. Go to your directory. And select this one as asterisk.asterisk here. Select asterisk.asterisk. You should see your key. All right? It has successfully imported the foreign key. Once again, I teach. Go to Putty gen. Run. One time, this one we need to do. File. Load your private key. Load your private key. Just say asterisk.asterisk into your directory where your private PEM key is there. Yeah, I have my PEM key. Successfully imported foreign key. You should get the message. You got it. Got it. And then save your private key. So once you save private key, it contains private plus public key also. Save your private key. Don't change any other parameters. Just say save. Yes. In the same directory, same name you can give. AWS class. AWS class. Same thing. Same directory, same folder, you can keep it. Just the same. So you have one more file which is generated, which is called as extension of PPK. Extension PPK. Earlier it was PEM, now it is PPK. Once this is done, you can close. If you are anxious, you can see that what is that PPK. So this contains, you see this one, public also is there, you have private also is there. Both the keys are there now. Both the keys are there now. This is good now for logging. Is this clear till now, everyone? How to generate your
Can you repeat the
keys?
Can you repeat how to load the private key?
Okay. So you have already the private key, right? PEM key.
Yes.
Okay. Run this Putty gen. File. Load your private key into the same folder where you have the PEM key. Say asterisk.asterisk. You should see your PEM key. PEM key. Select that. It will say successfully imported. Got it?
Yes.
Just say OK and save this private key. Private key means that it will have private as well as public key. If you say only public key, you will get only public key. I want PPK. So just say private key. Yes. And give the name. If you want, you can give a different name, but give the same name to avoid confusion. Right? That's all. You should see a PPK file. And from now onwards, use this file only for logging in access. Now, how to access your Linux server? Run this Putty. Run this Putty. Run. What's your public IP? Copy that. Copy that. Ensure that your connection type is always SSH. To follow this step, practice couple of times, more times, that is always advantageous for you. Post your IP. Adjacent to that, port number 22, don't change anything over there. Now, once this is done, don't say open till now. Just say connection, go to connection. And you can say seconds between keep alive. You can use any number but not 0. Otherwise, 1 minute, it will time out and then it will vanish. So maybe I'll say 30 minutes. 30 is 30 minutes, 40 or 40 minutes, 20 or 20 minutes, whatever it is. Any number is okay to keep alive, the session alive. Even if you don't use timeout, it will be there for half an hour time. This is the first one. So I told you session, give you paste your public IP, don't change anything, ensure that SSH is selected. In connections, select this 30. I hope everyone is doing now. Now, the most important one. Select this SSH, expand this one, third one. Expand, auth, don't expand this one, just select auth, authorization. The key file you need to provide. The key file you need to provide. Browse, show the key file where it is. So in my case, it is there in desktop, AWS class, July, and automatically PPK key will be selected. PPK key. Find that particular. 3 things are essential. One is your IP address, already given, right? Second one is in your connection, provide your 30 minutes or something like that. And third one, expand SSH, auth, provide the key. And now you say open. Now you say open. So you will get an alert, security alert. The fingerprint is trying to sense because the server wants your fingerprint. So yes, please accept. Please accept. Now it is asking for login as. So the username is EC2-user. I write it here. Username, default username for all Linux, Red Hat Linux or this one Amazon Linux is EC2-user. EC2-user. Once it is done, press enter. You should see the dollar prompt. You have successfully logged in.
Can we use a defined user instead of EC2?
You have to create.
Okay.
The default user, like in Windows, we have administrator, right? Here it is EC2-user.
So we have to use the same, or like can we change it? The EC2 user.
If you log in, you can create and then you can use it. You have to create user, right? By default, only EC2-user will be there.
Okay.
That administrator will take care. Linux administrator will take care. Stop this one, otherwise it's making that. Yeah, how many of you has done? Logged in successfully? Any assistance? Please let me know.
For Mac, how can we connect?
I think there is no need of conversion of PPK. You can straight away use your PEM key. I'll just tell you how you can. It is SSH. SSH by default also will be there. You can see in the command line itself. I'll tell you.
We have to use terminal, right? By logging into this one.
Yeah, in Mac you are already having this terminal, right?
Yeah.
From the terminal you have to give the command Mac. Auto connector. -i, the PEM key name, and -u, something will be there, the username. You can see this particular one. We'll copy the paste of the information. Just a second, please. Hello, Zana. Hello, yes. Yeah, sorry. Where we are? I hope you all logged in. Yeah, for Mac, I think you have this instructions SSH-I. Where is that? I was showing you now. Yeah, you have to use this guide. First is that you need to change the permissions, chmod, the pem key, and then you have to give this one, this command ssh-i, the pem key, ec2-user at the rate of your IP address, public IP address. Then you can access. You need to provide the location, all these things. This is clear? Yeah, then you can connect accordingly. Go to the terminal. Then first thing is that once you have downloaded the key, wherever the key it is, you have to say chmod 400, the pem key, and then you can say ssh-i, the pem key, and username is ec2-user at the rate of your IP address. That is enough. IP address is enough, public IP. You should be able to log in. Right. All others has logged in? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. We are logged in.
Others, Sai has mentioned.
Yes, sir, logged in.
Vamshi, yes. Please have higher latency. Please let me know.
Yeah, I'm connected.
You are connected, Rivan. So you are using Mac, right, Rivan?
Yeah.
Able to connect?
Yes, I'm able to connect now.
Okay.
Since we have changed this permission, would that be a problem if we try to create Windows Server instance with the same key?
No, nothing. See,
Okay.
400 means that, see, you are giving a restricted one. But
Yeah,
read only for your owner access, nothing else.
Yes, that's right.
That is always higher permissions means good. You are making it more stronger, especially for the private key. Yeah. Anyone else? Please let me know because I'm asking for the third time.
So done from my side.
Okay. I didn't
Done,
get.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, done.
Yeah. From Sharmila, I didn't get.
Done, sir.
Yeah, please acknowledge. That is the only thing which I asked because we are sitting remotely. And
Yeah, mine is done. Sir.
Jiva, I got. Okay. Yes, Satvika, I didn't hear response from you.
Done, sir, said earlier.
Okay. So now, yes, you have logged into the server. You have logged into the server. See, the first task I'm going to teach you now. This is Linux. So some of you are familiar with Linux, well and good. But the others who are not familiar with Linux, please learn some Linux commands. So how do you want to learn? So this is upon your interest. I'm saying that there is no what we call as force in this particular one. So here I show you this in my YouTube channel. I have something for you, for the members who wants to learn Linux. I tell you, so I made some videos. Please start doing that. That much amount of basic Linux. So where is the server? It's already before you now. Start running these commands. So here, go to this Linux administration RCSA. Linux administration RCSA. Go to that. I'm not saying that learn administration, learn essentials. So here you see video number 1 to video number 8. If you do one by one daily one also, within 1 week you can able to learn this Linux fundamentals. I mean to say, not administration. From 9 onwards, all these things are administration videos. Again, I repeat, please you go through this. The first one is only just understanding about Linux. The second one is basic Linux commands. So basically, I'll show you just a simple one for the members who are not at all familiar in Linux. Just go to that, click that. Learned about how to set up the operating system. So the server is before you. Here it is manual on VMware, but here what you are done is on cloud. Both of them are same.
So voice is not coming from video. Hello. Anand sir?
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, voice is not coming from video actually.
Voice is not coming from the video.
Yes.
Is there any settings? Okay, I'll don't know what settings I need to do.
Okay.
Apply background, no. Apply captions, no. I don't know this. So for everyone, it's not coming voice or only for some limited members? So, no.
Yes, sir. Voice is not coming, sir.
For everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Otherwise, what you can do is I'll just explain the scenario. Maybe I'll post the link in WhatsApp group. So here, what I say in this particular one, there are, you go to this channel. So this channel I'm just posting. This one. That. This particular one. Right. So now I want to tell you, select this first one video. First one is only just for your what we call as introduction to Linux. Okay. The second one will start your Linux commands. So beautiful explanation also will be there. Okay. So if you're not able to hear, it's okay. So here the environment is there already before you. This is the environment. So here, and this is the video link I have already shared. Just below this particular one, you can see there is some notes. Just click that, and there is a drive link also for all of you. I'm telling you, this will be very helpful for you. Whatever I am speaking here, you can go through in this drive link. I am just opening this drive link in a folder. See this one? Just see that which video it is. This is video number 2, right? Open this one. There is a PDF file for video number 2. Just open that. You can see this one. These are all the commands which are there, which I am speaking in this particular video. So here you see this one. Here this is the same status, logged in at the dollar prompt. Here also dollar prompt. So how do we go through the commands one by one? The same one which I have shown you now. The same commands which are there. You can download. So one by one, I'm showing the demonstration here. So you see this one, the first one is calendar. Let's see. Like this. Start learning. It is very, very, very user friendly. Suppose if you are going for 2A, there is a lab. This is a lab. Okay. This is a 2A. 2 is only the commands which I taught. 2A is a lab. So if you want to do that lab, please do that. Please do that. So where is that lab? You can see this one, 2A. Here you see this one, basic 2A. So this is the lab. Start working on this one. If you do about 15 to 20 commands, you are familiar. 15 to 20 commands. No, I don't know. I want assistance to do this lab. Yeah, you can do. You can take this 2A lab. So here, this is the solution for this 2A. So the question to question, everything is demonstrated. You see this one? This will be helpful. Like that, if you do all the 8 videos, you are very, very familiar with Linux. I'm not saying Linux administration, familiarity on Linux. Is this clear? Any questions? So I just shared this YouTube link for this particular one. So it is all how much effort you put, that much amount of gain will be. How much amount of effort you put, that much gain will be. Okay. Now let us learn about some important things. How to create a website. How to create a website. So as of now, you just see this particular one. This is my public IP. If I give my public IP, there is no website. You see this one? It won't work because I have not created. The site can't be reached. Leave it. Leave it. So just follow some steps. The first step, yum, follow that. These are the commands for setting up. There are 4 commands, not even 4, 2, 3 commands are okay. Okay, 4th one also. Please note down. Yum, update, -y. Everything in small case. Just stop me if you are unable to follow. The first command, everything in lowercase. Just see that the spellings, the hyphenation, everything should be proper. The first command, yum space update -y. So it is done. It is done. Now the second most important, yum install httpd. See the spaces. Unix, Linux is case sensitive. Case sensitive. Yum install httpd -y. The first command is yum update -y. I'm also placing this in your chat box of WhatsApp. Yeah, the first command yum update -y. This is the first one. Now yum install httpd -y. Let's do that. So this will take, it will install all the httpd, I mean web server, Apache web server related commands. See this one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, it's saying you need to be root to perform this command.
So yes, here also it is mentioned the same thing. So what do? Just say sudo. You have to type sudo. Sudo yum update -y. I forgot to see that message. The first one again I'm doing sudo yum update -y. Yeah, it is doing all the things. So ignore my earlier commands. So the first command is sudo yum update -y. The second command sudo yum install httpd -y. It's still done, done, completely done. It has updated. Now it is up to mark. Sudo yum install httpd -y. The same command, but use sudo. It's not privileged to user. We are only privileged user. We are not root. So once you do this, it will install all the packages. It is done now. The second command also done. Third one, sudo systemctl start httpd. Nothing will come. Last command, sudo systemctl enable httpd. Done. I copy here sudo systemctl start httpd. Sudo systemctl enable HTTPD. Just verify whether website is functional. Only these 4 commands. Only these 4 commands. Earlier it was not. Okay, I have my test phase. I have my test phase. Got it, everyone?
I need a minute.
Yes.
The update is going on.
Okay.
Done, sir. I'm also able to see test page.
Right. Anyone who is facing problem, just let me know.
Okay, I've ran through the commands. Can you tell me once again, like, how do we launch this? Okay.
So just copy the public IP in the browser and see.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, I can see the test page. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want to have your own base, your own base. So what I teach, I'm not teaching much, but I'm just trying to teach you. So I have created a test case. So what I do, I'm just copying this script in WhatsApp also. Okay. So what you can do, sudo su hyphen, give that. You will be in the hash prompt. And next is that you can say this particular one. Hello world, and your name. Your name, any name. In my case, I'm giving as Anand. Give that. Exactly same to same, copy this one. You should get test case. Here, to create your customized website. If you are familiar in Linux, I can teach how to do that. Okay. So here at this prompt, sudo su hyphen. So here immediately you will see this hash prompt, and then type this one. Echo hello world, maybe your name or whatever it is. You can see your web page coming with your name. Yeah. Hello world. On Linux Red Hat server. So this completes. So I hope everyone has tested with your name also. So what we need to do, we need to create a file that is index.html in this folder where www.html. I made a script and I have given it to you directly. Otherwise, you have to go to that file index.html, create that, and then write the script. Okay, h1 hello world, I mean slash h1 html, something like that. Done, everyone?
Oh, yes, complete.
Okay, so I done.
It's done.
Okay. Anyone facing problem? Let me know. Okay, then that's fine. That's fine. So now let us learn about how to create volume and attach. Process is same like yesterday. So this is done. Creation of web server. So the next one is creation of volume and attach to Linux server. Okay. Creation of volume and attaching to Linux server. Right. How to do that? Very simple. You all know the process. Yesterday we did that. So just go to your what we call as instances. Okay, your EC2 dashboard. Click your volumes. Click your volumes. The process is same. So just ensure that which availability zone. In my case, it is 1D. 1D. Create a volume. Not 100 GB. Maybe 5 is okay. 5 is okay in 1D. See this one, 1D. And just say create a volume. Fine, it is done. This is created. It should be in available. It is in available. So what is the next step? Attach the volume to the Linux server. Instance, yeah, Linux server. You can see this device name is /dev/sdf. Just copy this one. The device name that is important for us. Right, and say attach volume. And say attach volume. You should see the status as attached.
For attaching the volume, the device name, it's a default thing, right? That has to pop up.
It has to be, but in case
for me, it's empty.
Sorry?
For me, it's empty, device name. I'm in the attach volume screen. I've selected the volume and from actions, attach volume.
Your instance has appeared? It should be in the same availability zone, otherwise it won't.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
So again, you forgot.
No, actually, I thought yesterday I was using -1A, so I thought it would be the same thing.
No. Administrator should be very, very careful. Otherwise, you'll land up into another problem. You just delete that and create again. So this part is done. Yeah. So now it is attached. It is attached. So how to verify? So once this is done, I'll only tell you the verification command. You are already into hash mode. So what you can do is that fdisk -l. Just give that command. Just give that command. Like here, your computer management will show you 2 hard disks, right? Here also it's same thing. So it is showing you the same way 5 GB is shown. 5 GB is shown. So your earlier 8 GB is here. So just give this command fdisk -l. That's all. -l. L for list. So 8 GB and 5 GB. This is enough. Rest of the things Linux administrator will take care, because you need to do partitioning, you need to do formatting, and all these things you need to do, and you need to do a mount. If you are familiar in Linux, then you can do. Otherwise, don't worry. It is already there. The 5 GB is there. Anyone is Linux administrators here? Yeah, anyone? No? Unix or Linux administrators, anyone? So if it is not, it's okay. It's okay. So up to this point, if you do this, okay, you can see this 5 GB. The rest of the other things he'll take care. If you are familiar with the Linux administrator, then you can do partition because everything is command line only. Until unless you know, you will not be able to do. You have to partition, that is again a command line. You have to format, again a command line, and then you need to basically mount on a file system, that is also a command line. Right, so no need to worry. It is there in the video how to do, but ignore all those steps in that YouTube video about this Linux one. So once you format everything, you can add data and then you can take a snapshot. Like yesterday, same thing, snapshot for the data volume. So I'm just skipping that particular step. So everyone got this particular one, /xvda 5 GB.
Yes.
Yeah, Raven, yes.
When I just do this fdisk, the command that you mentioned, I didn't see my volume which I have created.
What did you see?
Oh, -L. Okay, sorry, it is this -L. It is L, right, sir?
-L, yes. I have highlighted there. You can see.
Yeah. So, 8 GB Linux and 1 by hooks. I should see two disks,
Yeah,
right?
two things. So one is your SVDA, that is 8 GB. The other one is 5 GB, which you have created.
Correct.
If that is done, verification is done. Verification is done. Yeah, what about others done?
What we created, just what we created was like a /dev/SDA kind of thing, and here the device is
XVDF.
XVDA one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely same. There it is dev/dev SDA SDB or maybe something like that. Okay, but here it is XVDA one.
Okay.
XVDF. Okay, I think this is fair enough for Linux volume. So you can partition if you are the administrator will take care. Because yesterday we saw about how you can take the snapshot also. Same thing here also, you can take a snapshot for this 5 GB, which is very, very similar. Okay. Now see this particular one. See this particular one. So here you can select this volume and you can say snapshot. It's the same procedure. Where is that? Create a snapshot. The snapshot is there. You can delete this volume and again you can restore from this snapshot and attach to this server. Same procedure. I'm not repeating the same. So since yesterday we have done the same. Now let us do this machine image. You can see this EC2 dashboard instances running. See this Linux server is there. Let me create an AMI. Let me create an AMI. An instance, actions, image and templates. Create an image. I hope everyone is ready. This also yesterday we have done, but we are trying to clone this Linux server. How to do that? Just say image and templates, create an image. You can say image name, maybe Linux AMI, something like that, image name. That's all. So your both things will be there, 8 and 5 GB also will be backed up. This is complete one, if data is there. Right? And say create an image. Yeah,
Sir, I cannot see my volume which I have created. I can see only the add volume. I should click on the add volume.
Sorry.
I'm not able to see the volume which I have created.
What is the thing which you are saying when you say -L?
Only 8 GB.
Have you attached that?
Try to relaunch it. Try to relaunch it once again.
Okay, is that okay?
Now, have you attached properly?
Yeah, I have attached that, sir. That's
Sure.
what it is in use. In use, it's showing in use.
Refresh and see.
Okay.
Right? And then you try once again issuing the command fdisk-l. It will show if it is in use.
Yeah, it is showing, but not when I create an image for that. Didn't show that, like for you, it is showing the 5 GB and 8 GB, right?
Try once
Both
again.
options.
Just close that and try once again.
Okay, sir.
You should be able to. Sometimes it may not.
Tag options, we're not changing anything, right?
Nothing. So things are like AMI.
Yeah, now it is coming.
Yeah. Just sometimes the Java console may not really reflect. That's all. See this, there is a private image which is getting created and its status is pending. So this is only 8 plus 5, 14 GB. You should be able to see it in the next 3-4 minutes or 2-3 minutes. This is AMI. So once this AMI is created, you can always try to restore also. So this is creating volume, taking snapshot, covered in Windows class. Now creating AMI. So this is still pending. So my suggestion is that please practice all these Windows and the Linux server completely. Okay, completely once again. And also practice this Linux. This will be very, very helpful. And these videos are only meant for you only. So if you do these particular topics, well appreciated. So here you see this particular one. There is a Google Drive, as I mentioned, for everything. There is a Google Drive for every video. And that particular sessions you have this. You have this all the 9 things which are there, 9 or 8 I think, which are there against each and everything. The topics well defined. Please go through all these topics, right? So that will be highly advantageous for you if you have career options in Linux. Just learn fundamentals. That is enough. Yeah, in my case, it is available. Okay. So once you have this image, you know very well again how to launch an instance. Just select that. Yeah. Any question from anyone? Okay, just select this AMI and just say launch instance from AMI. That's enough. So the first step is already completed. The second step, T2 micro, and say continue. Yeah. Add storage, add tags. If you want, you can add. Configure your security group. I'll add this SSH, not SSH, HTTP. Okay, review and launch. Launch. I acknowledge. Launch instances. So the instance also is getting launched from the AMI once it is ready. You see this one, the second one. Once this 2x2 checks passed, you can verify whether website is functioning or not. The second one. This is my public IP. Now it will not, but after a few minutes it should start functioning. On the server is running. It is running. Just wait. Initializing. Yeah, it is running already. The website is started running.
It is still pending in EMI.
No, don't do. If it is pending, don't do. It should come available. For AMI, you need to see that it is available, then only you need to do. Otherwise, halfway we cannot do. So here it should be available, then only you can create your instance. Last, if you have verified your website, perfect. Your AMI started functioning because the same code is there here and there.
Security group default is okay, right?
They use the same security group of Linux server, first one which you have done.
Okay. Actually,
Select that. Rather than create, you can select the second option, the option which is there. Use existing one. Otherwise, you can create and add port number 80 also along with port number 22.
Actually, the launch is failing because AMI Linux is not a valid tag.
AMI is not complete, I think. Just see that whether it is available or not.
Yeah, it's available.
Then it should function. Just verify.
I can see it's available.
Then try once again. Probably the time of launch is not proper.
Yeah, now it's done.
Done, everyone? The instance should be launched and you can verify your website. So I just shared the notes also in the group. And please go through this session 1, session 2, session 3 also will be there. So where is that? Session 3 is Linux. Creating Linux instance, website, and all these notes is there here. The screenshots also are there. Creating your Linux first instance, you can just open this one. Yeah, and this EC2, all the screenshots. Add stories, add tags. Yeah, how to convert your keys. How to access your this thing. And adding volume, creating AMI. Okay. All those things are there. And this is your Linux notes, which I have shared. So once done everything, what you can do if you have verified everything, like you can log in everything, 2x2 check passed. So you can do the housekeeping part also. Housekeeping. So how do you do the housekeeping? First go to your AMI. Select your AMI, re-register. Re-register your AMI. Okay, the first part is done. The second part is go to your EC2 dashboard. You do relaxedly also you can do, no problem. I'm just showing the process. Select all these 2 servers and you can say instance state terminate. Terminate. Just wait till the instances are terminated. Yeah, more things are getting shut down. One is terminated, second one is shutting down. Yeah, terminated. The next step is snapshots. Select both the snapshots, actions, delete the snapshot. Yeah, snapshots are deleted. Last is the volumes. Yeah, there are 2 5 GB volumes. Select, delete volume. Deleted. Done. Optional one was that security group. You can delete. Yeah, any questions from anyone? And even in YouTube also, you have this complete video recording. This is your second one, creating Linux instance, snapshot, AMI, web server for 30 minutes. This is the YouTube video of this particular one. Yeah, once everything is done, you can do the housekeeping and then you can also verify. See, once in a while, please verify your billing. There should be no bills. There should be no bills. Always it should show you 0. I'm just showing you how you can verify your bills. Okay, you can say your bills. It should show you $0 for this month, July. If you want to know what is the usage, you can ask usage. North Virginia, yes, I have used something like, you can see T2.micro Windows around 2 hours. Linux, I have used about still not yet completed, I think 11 minutes at a show. Like that, then detailed view. Yeah, any further questions before we sign off for today? Two things you need to please focus, do all the exercises which happened in this week. Once again, no doubt you might be familiar, please do. That will enhance your, skill better. So this is the compute domain, basic compute domain, which we have done the whole week. The whole week we have first gone through the AWS outline, understanding about the demonstration, etc. And then we understood about the EC2 domain, and then we started working in Windows EC2, learned about snapshot, AMI, and of course website, etc. on Linux server also. My suggestion, go through the familiarity on Linux also. It will be added advantage. Do some more time. Practice will be more, makes you more perfect. Okay, that is one. And go through the reference book also. That will always be added advantage to all. If there are still any questions, you can still ask me. You can still ask me in WhatsApp group also. Right? Any questions from any members before we sign off for today? So we are again meeting on Monday.
Sure, sir. Need to do practice, then probably we'll get questions and any difficulty.
Definitely, please practice. Please use the guidance of YouTube videos also, and also the familiarity in the classrooms also. Okay, please try to do on your own. Don't try to just copy paste from somewhere else. No, don't do that. That will basically, see, first time you may do for a longer time, but second time the time should be reduced. Then automatically the memory will be enhanced. The familiarity should be there, because next week we will be following maybe another domains. More domains are there. We have to go through. This is compute and storage. Still storage we have not yet touched. We have only gone through the volumes, right? And then we have to go to explore networking, security, database. Many domains are there. So get ready with the familiarity. We may not be able to go through the same topics again and again. Practice is more essential. Okay, thank you everyone, and have your nice weekend along with bye from me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.